We're live for today's tip-off between Kentucky and Virginia. In the booth with me is Wired. Seems like we got a long intro coming here, but Wired, what's going on?
What's up? What's up? I guess I'm in here for some color for help you out.
That's all good. Yeah, Fame had to dip out last second, so we'll make it work. But your old team, Kentucky versus Virginia. What do you see going on in this one?
I'm looking forward to this. Both these teams unranked coming into this one. Get to see Virginia on their home court, obviously in front of their home crowd. They're going to be pumped up. I'm not exactly sure what to think. I mean, both these teams I think are being slept on a little bit, but I think they're going to battle it out here today for sure.
Steve Carter, it's 8:30 p.m. here, so happy to be able to watch. Yes, Carter, thanks for being able to join us. Happy you're able to join us. I always get these long intros. I don't know why. I'm like the only one that gets these like every time.
Yeah, you're the only one. I never get them. I always 2 second ones.
I do like the long intro. But it messes up all my timing.
It does. I agree with you.
Well, anyway,
you can advance it if you need to.
Virginia, no, I'm afraid I'll mess something up. Virginia is basically, that big three from Arkansas, J-Mac, Bueller, and Carter slide over to Virginia. And Gordo takes over the Cavaliers. Your assistant coach takes over, Ant Thomas takes over at Kentucky. You guys got pretty much the same team over there at Kentucky with some new pieces, but it should be a good one. Virginia looked really good in the preseason. Kentucky left a little to be desired, so we'll see if they can bounce back here on the road in this opener. But I think this should be one of the better games for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Ant Thomas is getting his first foray into coaching. I mean, he helped me out a little bit last season. God, you're getting great interest. I wish I had these interests. What the heck?
My last three have been this one.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't get them at all. That's awesome. I wonder if it's a setting. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, Ant Thomas is getting his first foray into coaching, so anything he does is work on the job.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a work in progress for sure. Gordo's been doing this a little while now with Arkansas, so he knows what he's going to get, albeit he has some new guys, Tyler Melendez, Riley Baker, Scott Frank, all starting for the Cavaliers. That Kentucky lineup looks pretty familiar with the exception of Jordan Maxwell sliding over from Michigan. But Carter, Wiersma, Thomas, and Savage all were big parts of that Kentucky team when you were there as the coach.
Addition by subtraction. They got rid of that bum row.
Hey, that bum had a pretty good game this week with Illinois. So.
He actually did have a good game. I was happy about that. I mean, there's a lot of talent on this Kentucky team. I'm looking to see what Coach Thomas is able to do with it.
Yeah, we'll see. The tip-off is live here on Virginia. First time we're getting a look at these new jerseys and new courts for Virginia back since season 1. It's Melendez with the ball for Virginia. He gets a screen from J-Mac to the top of the key. He's going to drive into the middle of the paint. Maxwell swats him to start the game.
It's a nice defensive play in the paint there.
Ant Thomas pull-up jumper good for Kentucky. So the Wildcats in their fresh black uniforms get the game started 2-0.
There was this kind of offensive prowess when I coached.
Operator error.
Exactly.
Steve Carter drains the three, and we've seen that from him his whole career so far.
Yeah, he's the Robin to Baker Bueller's Batman.
It's going to be Ant Thomas handling a lot of the ball handling duties here for Kentucky. Colby Wiersma three-pointer, that's good. Both teams starting off hot, and Wiersma is a long-range sharpshooter as well.
He's got the range from back there. He's a guy I've seen light it up many a time.
So now it's Tyler Melendez. Going to get another screen here from J-Mac. Now it looks like they're going to go to the post. Melendez got Carter. J-Mac's got Carter on him, rather. 1-2 to the middle. Left hand, no good. Gets his own board. Goes up with the right. Can't finish again. Carter grabs the board for Kentucky.
Great secondary help there by Kentucky on the defensive play there.
Seriously, yep. Nice scoop shot from Carter. No good. Rebounded by the other Carter. Steve Carter kicks it ahead to Riley Baker, a new addition here for Virginia. He's in the paint. Gets it down to Scott Frank. Frank working against Savage. Post spin. Left hand blocked by Savage.
I think Savage, a lot of people slept on how good he was defensively last year, but he did a nice job for Kentucky.
Wiersman's going to get into a pick and roll now with Tim Savage. Wiersma takes it all the way, left-hand finish. So we saw the range, and now we see the driving ability of Colby Wiersma.
Yeah, he has the ability to break down defenses. Good take by Wiersma.
Yeah, okay. It's an all Commish booth right now. Commish is in the booth for this Saturday game. Steve Carter, another long-range three, no good. Rebounded by Savage again. Savage up top to Maxwell, throws it down. So that new addition from Michigan, Wired, fitting in real nicely with the starting unit for Kentucky.
Yeah, he fits in well. Picking his spots, went to chip in. So nice job by him.
Timeout on the floor. UVA is going to take the first one of the game after getting down 9-3. We'll see if this group has a feature. They have a good bench too with Baker Buehler. We'll see if they can bring him back a little bit. But Tyler Melendez, the Notre Dame transfer, running the point guard for this starting unit. Now it's over to Carter. Carter, three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by J-Mac. The putback, the awkward putback, somehow got it to go.
That's a nice putback by him from well out along the baseline.
So Tim Savage getting some ball handling duties here for Kentucky. He's on the wing. Going to get a double screen. Driving in the key. Nice move. Kicks it out to Wiersma. Wide open three, top of the key. No good. I don't know if I think Savage had a layup, but 3 is bigger than 2, so simple math there.
The higher percentage shot if I'm Coach Thomas, but can't fault them for kicking out. Wiersma was wide open.
Yeah, it's your best shooter, wide open from the top of the key. Take that. Carter for another 3. Got that one to go. He's 2 for 4 to start the game. Carter's getting high volume, Wired.
Yeah, UVA starting to heat up too. Nice shot there by Carter.
So now it's Marcus Carter over to Ant Thomas. Thomas stop and pop, top of the key. No good. Rebounded by Frank.
Love these new UVA jerseys. Chris did a nice job on these.
Yeah, he really did. They're fresh for sure. Melendez has the top of the key now. Subs getting ready to check in at the table. Melendez trying to go one-on-one with Marcus Carter. Not a great idea. Carter's a pretty good ball handler, or pretty good defender. 3 seconds left. He's going to have to get rid of it. Logo 3 for Melendez. No good. Rebound pulled down by Wiersma.
Kentucky on the defensive end there.
Now it's Thomas down to the post. Marcus Carter into the paint. Looks like the double team's coming. He finds Savage for the one-handed flush.
Is in the back of his head on that one.
Yeah, he's solid in that mid post. That arc is really good in that area, passing and making plays. So good job by him finding the open man and right down to J-Mac. The post spin drop step good.
He played a lot off the bench for us last year, but getting a really, I think he's going to get a lot of looks as a starting point guard, starting power forward rather, and he's got the talent to carry this Kentucky team.
11-10 game here. Timeout called by Kentucky. I think the subs are going to check in for the first time right now. So we're going to see the bench units, and we know how big the benches can be in the CSBA. Right, I think Virginia bench probably has a little bit of an edge here with Baker Buehler on the floor, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think Matthew Lyle's going to have his hands full with him.
That's John Matherly. Matherly over to the corner. Three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Montana.
I don't know a lot about these bench players from Kentucky, so I know a little bit. I got to see Shaquille O'Neal in high school, but I don't know much about these other guys.
Yeah, there's some new guys we haven't seen too much of. Jayla Noel is one of those. He goes to the line after getting fouled, so he'll get to the line for 2. And I think the name of the game for bench units, right, is to get to the line, get some easy shots. Don't try to do too much. You're not going to see a lot of flair out of these benches usually.
No, definitely not. But who knows? Maybe these guys, maybe they turn their shooters up.
Arkansas is not playing tonight, so.
I know, but everybody's been saying it. So it's fine.
Are they? Is it become a jab at Arkansas?
I don't know if it is or not, but I kind of like it actually.
That Arkansas unit came in and just started talking. I loved it.
Honestly, they fit right into T. Cross's mold, so it was
absolutely
perfect.
It's probably his whole posse back home.
Probably.
Noel hits the first one, 12-10. Kentucky with the lead. Familiar face on that blooper kid is a transfer from Michigan State, so he's on that Virginia second unit as well. John Matherly was a Clemson player last year, so a hodgepodge of players from around the CSBA on this bench unit for the Cavaliers. As the ball's going to go down to Baker Buehler in the post. He gets double team, kicks out to Matherly. Really good rotation there by Oatmeal. Matherly gets fouled by Montana. Actually, that was Rocket Webb on the rotation. Matherly gets fouled by Montana. He'll go to the line for 2.
I like that Virginia's attacking the rim, but Kentucky's right there to challenge them every step of the way. So I've seen a lot of free throws so far.
Yeah, we have. It's been a lot of stoppage.
Or fouls, at least, anyway.
Free throw attempts, yeah. Kentucky up by 3 here. The defensive rotation on that last pick and roll is pretty nice, though. Rocket Webb slid over, got that pick and pop covered and shut down that play for Virginia.
Carl says it's cool to see Virginia back in the league. Yeah, I mean, I got worn down a little bit by Gordo. No, but I actually liked Virginia. That's why we had them in season 1, but just needed the right opportunity to squeeze them back in.
Yeah, this is it. It was a good time to bring them back in. The jerseys are in their court's awesome. I love their colors.
I love what he did with the collars. That's unique because I don't think we have any other jerseys that have a collar like that. So it's kind of cool.
With the orange?
With the white in the blue in the collar.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like a thin line that kind of comes in. So kind of cool. I like how he did it.
Yeah, definitely. 13-12 game. Matthew Lyle, Sand Shark with the ball working against Baker Buehler. He's going to try to drive pull-up jumper. That's no good. Rebounded, pulled down by Ja'Kai Powers.
Tough shot there with Buehler in his face.
Yeah, Lyle's a guy that, for you, played a big role off the bench and had some good scoring opportunities. But tonight might not be that night with Buehler there.
It's like, I mean, you're going against the premier point guard of Buehler, so
yeah,
going to have his hands full.
Yeah, I say it a lot. Matchups play key, and I will say it again. Watching that Oregon LSU game, if you look at the box score, Mississippi Rivers was 4 for 5. His efficiency was great. He did not have a ton of usage, which I think hurt LSU because I think that's where the mismatch was.
Yeah, I mean, I think him and the fact that Roger Simmons was barely shot the ball either, too, between the two of them.
Yeah, Simmons had a little bit of tougher matchup, right, with Bolton and Mangum out there with those two, but I think they could have attacked that point guard position pretty heavily. But learning opportunity for Bucket for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to know the talent that you have on your team and play to your strengths because, sometimes you can't always plan against the unpredictable, right? I mean, you don't know what your opposing coach is going to throw out at you, but you can scout them to get an idea.
Yeah.
You got to play to your strengths. That's how I always coached anyway.
Definitely.
You want to ride the backs of your best players.
Yeah. Meal at the line. I differ. I go if it depends on who I'm playing. I feel like if I feel like I'm the better team, then I'll play to the strengths, and if I feel like I need to, shake it up to get an advantage, I'll do some other stuff. But
well, no, and I'm in agreement with that. I'm saying in that moment, I personally I try to pick against the weaknesses of the other team, but. Yeah. Like to your point, if you feel you're the stronger team coming in, maybe you play to the strengths of what your team is, how your team is built. But if you know you're going to be in a close one, you're going to try to pick apart their weaknesses.
Right.
So we're kind of on the same page. I think we're just saying it a little differently, but I think we're on the same page.
15-12 game here. Blooper Kid has the ball with 5 on the shot clock. Kentucky defense has been pretty good early in this game. Kid can't get it off. He's going to get a shot clock violation. Him and Jayla Noel have been going at it pretty hard at each other, and Noel gets the better of him there.
Love a good battle. It's always fun to see guys going at each other hard.
Especially on bench units. You don't see that too often.
Nope.
Here's Montana. 15-12 lead here for Kentucky is Matthew Lyle. Going to get a pick and roll from Oatmeal here. Lyle gets
Lucky they didn't turn that over on that pass. It looked like Lyle's all off balance.
Yeah, he might have been. Oatmeal has the ball over to Montana. 5 on the shot clock. Montana's going to pop 3 good. Matherly went under the big screen from Oatmeal. And Montana shot it over the big 7'6" boy.
Oatmeal flex his muscles, just get out of here and give him just enough room to jack that up.
Now it's Baker Buehler with the ball. He's working against Lyle. Baker Buehler goes one-on-one. Oatmeal affected that shot heavily. I think Baker Buehler thought he had a layup, and then he saw the big 7'6", tried to kick it out, goes out of bounds.
You see those big bodies. They get scary. They get scary down amongst the trees.
Lyle over to Montana. Pick and roll coming. Montana, top of the key 3. No good this time. A little off balance there from him. Ja'Kai Powers now gets the board. Now it's Baker Buehler over to Matherly.
Virginia's had good ball movement in this game.
Yeah, they just haven't found a groove yet, for sure. First quarter, though, early game. Matherly pull-up jumper from inside the 3, no good. Rebounded, pulled down by Rocket Webb. I just don't think they have got great looks yet.
Okay, it'll come. It'll come in the flow.
Oh, yeah, it will for sure. Oatmeal has it, or gives it over to Lyle. Lyle going 2-on-1 here. Goes into the key, gets swatted by Ja'Kai Powers, but Oatmeal flushes it home.
That's a nice follow response by Oatmeal. Wow. The big Quaker answering back big.
Blooper Kid can't get it to go. Rocket Web. Kentucky right now making everything difficult for UVA.
They look good right now defensively for sure.
It's what you would normally see out of a typical real-life Virginia defense. Kentucky's doing that right now. Lyle now has it. Last second shot coming here. Lyle's going to come off the screen. Pull up three at the buzzer. No good. And we'll go to the end of the first. Kentucky 20, Virginia 12. We'll be right back to the start of the second quarter. This is CSBA on Twitch. So back here to the University of Virginia. Wyatt, what'd you think of the first quarter? Kentucky looked pretty good. What's Virginia got to do?
I think Virginia, I'd like to see Virginia attack the rim just a little bit more. Maybe not rely so much on the jumper. They could just break down Kentucky's defense. Obviously, the defense for Kentucky's done a nice job in the interior, but maybe get these guys in foul trouble, attack the rim.
Yeah, I think they have done a decent job attacking the rim. I think Kentucky's defense has just been good. They're not fouling. You know, they're just kind of making life difficult with Oatmeal down there and Rocket Web. They got a big lineup down there, so Oatmeal post spin, no good. Rebounded by Ja'Kai Powers. Matherly pull-up jumper from deep, no good. Rebounded pulled down by Lyle. The quick shots might not be the greatest thing for Virginia right now either.
Yeah, I mean, early on in the game, they had a lot of nice ball movement. They were passing the ball really, really well. I think the last few minutes here, we've seen them be a little bit quick in the shot clock.
Especially with this bench unit for sure. Kentucky runs out in transition, gets an easy two for Matthew Lyle. Now it's Jamar Jenkins over to Powers. Great ball movement. Hand off to Blooper Kid. Wide open three, top of the key. Almost hits it. Got to hit that, I think, if you're Blooper Kid.
I thought he was going to get the bounce there.
I thought he was as well. That had actually been a really cool bounce. Noel, layup, no good. Here's Baker Buehler for Virginia.
Both teams struggling a little bit right now.
Kid, another jumper. This time got it from the same spot.
Just as I see that, he drills to the three.
Same exact spot, right? He missed the last one. Not going to miss two in a row. Good shooters aren't. So timeout, Kentucky. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back to CSBA on Twitch.
Yeah. Gone on you with the pick and roll. Younger flame, he in sicko mode. Made this here with all the ice on in the booth. At the gate outside, when they pull up, they give me loose. Yeah, jump out, boys. That's Nike boys hopping our coops. This shit way too big. When we pull up, give me the loot. Was off the Remy, had a papoose. Had to hit my old town to duck the news. 24-hour lockdown, we made no moves. Now it's 4 a.m. and I'm back up popping with the crew.
Back here after that timeout. Virginia hit that three. The starters coming back in for both teams. So Virginia Wired is within striking distance still. We're down 7 after not playing their best.
Yeah, I mean, this game's not out of reach by any stretch of the imagination. It's just a little bit of a rough dry spell there, but they're right in this game.
Absolutely. Ant Thomas with a hard attack gets fouled by Scott Frank, and he'll go to the line for 2. Is Thomas a senior now, or is he a junior?
He's a junior.
Man, feels like he's been in the league for like 10 years.
Well, I think he's a junior.
I think he's a junior as well.
Pretty fairly certain. I'll check for you.
I think you're right. It just feels like he's been here forever.
Yep, he's a junior. They've got no senior. They got a nice mix. A lot of some freshmen, a couple sophomores, and a couple juniors. So
yeah, they're going to be solid.
Nice flow to their team in the way they're going to bring players in and out.
Yeah, I think that they're going to have a nice little. They're going to have a nice team next year. You know, the SEC is it's down, if you will, right now. Besides a couple teams, but there's a couple teams that will not look the same next year. So Kentucky, I think, is in a good spot to hang on to a lot of these guys.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's not a knock on anybody at Kentucky, but I think Rowe and Derringer leaving and getting some of the graduates really set up Ant Thomas nicely for a good run for a couple seasons with the way the squad has been built.
Yeah, for sure. Thomas hits both there, up 9. Now Kentucky is. Now it's Melendez with the ball over to Carter. Carter was used a bunch in that first quarter. We'll see if he gets a lot of usage here again. It's over to the corner to Melendez. Little cross screen now. Here's J Mac. Carter goes under. Melendez drills the 3.
Shot there.
So Virginia picking up a little bit from longer range right now, down 6. Carter's over to Thomas. Thomas going to take a drive here. Now down to Savage. Savage going to go up and swatted there by the smaller defender, I think. That's the athleticism.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he doesn't get a lot of recognition for his defense, but he's a good player defensively.
Yeah, Riley Baker swatted him that time. Now J-Mac drives, gets it over to Savage, steals it. Quickly ahead to Wiersma.
Did I just give Savage
yeah.
for defense?
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I was looking at Discord, and I thought I was listening to what you were saying. I thought you were saying my bad.
Now it's Riley Baker. And now Riley Baker runs in transition, goes up top to J-Mac. Riley Baker in the chat. Crispy Ice is his name. He says, not in my house.
I'm an idiot. Don't pay no attention to me. I'm sorry.
It's all good. Carter shoots a 3, no good. J-Mac grabs the board. And Virginia could cut this to 2, maybe 1 here.
Nice run by UVA.
We knew they'd find that flow, and they're finding it. Nice curl cut by Carter. Flushes it home. So Wired Carter hit 2 threes off that same play. Now Kentucky trails it. He curls it and gets the dunk.
He's such a spark, man. He can fill it up quick. I love his game.
Marcus Carter gets the layup to go. Ends a little run there from UVA.
I feel like every time you see Steve Carter step up, Marcus Carter's going to answer back.
It's the battle of Carters right now. Steve working against Colby Wiersma. They're going to come off the screen to Tyler Melendez. He gets stopped by Carter. Now a switch. Savage goes on to him. Back to Scott Frank. Scott Frank with the awkward fadeaway is no good. Steve Carter grabs the offensive board. Kicks out of J-Mac. J-Mac mini fadeaway, no good. Rebounded Savage. But how about the heart from Carter down there?
Yeah, for sure. That was a tough miss there. It rattled in and out. I feel bad for him. He played that perfectly.
Wiersma gets down to the post, goes with that left hand and finishes. So it's 28-22. Tyler Melendez has it here for Virginia. Pick and roll coming from J-Mac. Melendez gets 2, draws 2, rather. Now kicks it over to the wide open Riley Baker. He elects not to shoot. Swings it over to Melendez. It's 5 on the shot clock. Pick coming again. Carter gets caught. Melendez stop, pop, good.
Nice little secondary play out of that.
Yeah, they didn't panic, right? I mean,
no. The first one wasn't there. They went to option number 2, and they capitalized.
Yeah, absolutely. Savage gets swatted that time by
Baker again.
That was Scott Frank that time.
Scott Frank.
Now Melendez kicks it wide open in the corner. Riley Baker will shoot this one, and he drills it.
Speaking of Baker. 1-point game.
Yep, UVA cuts the lead to 1 at home. The crowd's into it. Kentucky needs to make something happen here. Carter gets it over to Thomas. Thomas switches directions, tries to step through, goes up with the left hand, can't finish. Rebounded by Carter, and Virginia with the chance to take the lead.
That's a little bit of a force there.
He had the height difference, but yeah, definitely I think with his weak hand, it's a force. Now Carter drives the lane, drops it off to J-Mac. J-Mac with the left hand, good. Carter is so smart.
But Maxwell not get called for a foul there. He basically tackled him in midair.
I have no idea, but they're lucky he didn't because he dropped it off to J-Mac. Timeout, Kentucky. Virginia's taking the lead here, 29-28.
Momentum definitely on UVA's side now.
Definitely at home as well. Well, we knew they'd find the flow. They're finding it right now. Kentucky's got to get it back here with this bench unit, which was the better unit of the two in that first quarter.
That's surprising, too, with Baker Buehler actually on the court for UVA. So
yeah. Well, speaking of Baylor, with the nice Baker with the nice steal there. Now down to Jenkins for the bucket. He looked like a safety on that play.
Yeah, he shows Matthew Lyle what it's like to make a really good hard pass because that one was bulleted down to the low post.
Now it's Lyle coming off the screen from Rocket Webb. Tries to go again. Baker Buehler steals it again. Jenkins again in transition, goes up with the layup. This can't finish. Lyle makes a great defensive play.
I like the hustle after the poor turnover there by Lyle. Get back in that play there.
I don't know how no call there. It's swatted by Ja'Kai Powers. Jayla Noel does. Blooper Kid now to the corner to Baker Buehler. He's going to drive. He goes up, easy layup, and Baker Buehler's starting to find that spark off the bench.
No, he's been their go-to guy off the bench for sure, and they're now up by 5, biggest lead for UVA that they've had.
This defense is getting him going, right? I mean, the 2 steals, got 2 easy runouts, and now drives, finds some space. So Baker Buehler showing that two-way play that he's been so good at. Now Montana, nice spin move to the baseline, finishes it.
Ooh-wee. Mustard's off the hot dog on that one.
Yeah, it was Antonio Montana with the highlight play.
It's a nice play.
Buehler over to Blooper Kid, long range 3, drills it again. That lefty stroke from Kid, he's a knockdown shooter.
I love that shot.
I believe he's a 3-and-D, so he's plays that role really well for this Virginia team.
It reminds me a little bit of Kyle Korver out there.
A little bit. Lyle now down to Oatmeal.
I think he's more modeled after Carmelo Anthony, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
I think he's a 3-and-D. I can't remember who his path is. Nice fadeaway jumper from Lyle. Lyle's been doing that for a while.
3-point game. We've got a good one here.
Yeah, we do. Great one. Baker Buehler now has it. Looks like he wants the pick and roll from Jenkins here. Played well by Kentucky. No advantage. Now it's Johnny Matherly. They're looking for Kidd again off the screen. Kidd's got a few from that range. This time a 2. No good. Rebounded, pulled down by Webb.
You said he's a 3-and-D?
I believe so, but he looks a little bigger actually, but I can't remember.
I gotta go look now. I'm curious.
Yeah, look at the roster. I know he created as one. Lyle drives in, kicks it over to Oatmeal. He's going to step through with the right hand. Can't finish. Rebounded, pulled down by Powers. Virginia will get the last shot. It's Jamar Jenkins with 5 seconds left now over to Buehler. Buehler's got a little bit of space. He's going to stop at the free throw line. Fadeaway jumper at the buzzer. No good, and we'll go to half. Virginia 35, Kentucky 32. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back for halftime. This is CSBA on Twitch. See the halftime stats. Virginia shooting 45%, Kentucky 41%. Not much of a difference between the two teams right now. Really well, even played first half. I think Kentucky would win the first quarter, and Virginia definitely won the second quarter. So
yeah, I would agree with that. I think momentum right now is on UVA's side. For Kentucky, I feel like they got to get back to what they were doing early on, which was pushing the tempo, shooting relatively quick in the possession, and just digging a little bit more on defense. If you're UVA, keep doing what you're doing. Ride the train right now. Baker Buehler's been great. Carter's been great. J-Mac's been great. So
absolutely. 8-5-2 for Carter. Really good. Half play by him. Seems like a heavyweight fight right now, right? After 2 rounds, they're even.
Yep, I agree. We said this was going to be a close one.
It's going to be Marcus Carter bringing the ball up for Kentucky to start the second half. Same starters for both teams on the floor. They're going to go right to Ant Thomas. Draws the double. Nice rotation there from Carter. And if you guys don't think that help defense IQ and all that rotation stuff matters, you saw it right there. That was beautifully played. Carter hits the jumper, though.
Yeah, it's pivotal. Defense is key.
Melendez has it. And a foul on Wiersma away from the ball, so they'll take it out sideline here.
Yeah, I mean, if I have to go back to last season, Hawk, I think one of our biggest struggles when I was at Kentucky was on the defensive end. We were just getting beat.
Yeah, for
regularly.
Yeah, it's a tough one to figure out. You can figure it out, you're going to be in a lot of games. Kentucky with the steal. Ant Carter takes off from the ACC logo. Wow. He took flight on that.
That was a nice throwdown. Clip that.
Seriously, Carter, make sure you guys are clipping everything. We got those highlights building up. You guys are doing a good job as Maxwell fouls J-Mac. He'll go to the line for 2.
Interesting thing there, Maxwell had blown the whistle, and he stayed with the play and made sure that, listen, I'm getting called with the foul here.
That's actually really smart.
I want to stay with the play. Foul him twice. I'm only going to get called for one of them.
Yeah, you don't let him get the layup because Mac had an easy layup there.
Oh, absolutely. That was going in, no doubt.
So smart. Heads up play by the national champion, Jordan Maxwell.
He's brought that pedigree and all that experience he got on his championship run to the Kentucky locker room.
It's an important thing to recruit, right? Coach Ant did a really good job recruiting a guy that's been there. So
yeah, I had a lot of conversations with him during that recruiting process, and he had told me some of his plans. I couldn't see how it was all coming together, but now seeing the finished product, he's done an amazing job.
Yeah, a couple of guys, like you said, Rowe and Derringer step out, leave some room for guys like Carter and Savage to step up. Carter didn't have a great year last year. I'll be the first one. I think he's going to have a much better year this year.
Oh, without a doubt, bigger role too.
Yeah, absolutely. Savage as well. They're going to come off a screen this time from Kobe. Actually, they're going to go back door to Maxwell. Wow, what a misdirection play there from Kentucky.
It's a great find. Maxwell, perfect roll to the rim too.
Yeah, they came out.
I didn't see that happening at all.
He fooled me. If I was controlling the camera, I'm looking at Wiersma. They're coming off the double.
And we're just so used to seeing that play, but that's great. It was a great find.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever seen that slip to the pick and roll there. Thomas gets doubled over to Carter, wide open 3, top of the key, can't hit it. Rebound and pulled down by Melendez. It looks like Virginia's just not going to let Ant get going here.
You're going to capitalize on somebody. That's the right guy to D up on.
Yeah, Savage sends J-Mac to the floor. A little flop action there by J-Mac as he's going to go to the line for 2. Savage doesn't like the call. We'll get actually a replay of it. That's funny.
That was a flop. Oh, my God.
We put the anti-flop rules in here.
Out there. Notice with Stalker. You see what I mean about the collars?
Yeah, it looks really cool, actually. It looks like a sword, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Grizz did a really good job.
When I saw it, I was like, I don't know what that is. But then when I saw it in the game, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was playing around yesterday with modding some stuff, and you can get pretty creative with some of this stuff.
That's fun.
Yeah, Grizz has done a really good job.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to see more coming out. Arizona State will be wearing some new uniforms next game as well.
Nice.
So we're excited to see that. J-Mac gets 1 of 2 to go. Virginia ties up the game.
I know the one Arizona State jersey that he did that I wanted so desperately how to do it. I was like, I don't know how to do that design on the collar.
Yeah. No, he did a really good job.
And he crushed it out of the park. I was like, I don't know how you got that, but that's awesome.
Yeah. J-Mac run out, layup good. Virginia goes back up by 2.
I think it's going to come down to a last possession.
It could. It very well could. I mean, when I looked at this, I know Kentucky's unranked, but when I looked at this matchup, this is pretty even. And it's a team that Gordo's familiar with, coming from the SEC at Arkansas, and so it's going to be a good game. It has been a good game. It's going to continue to be.
I looked at the preseason, the out of conference schedules, and I said, okay, there might be a few rough games, which we did see during the week, but there's been some really good games too. I don't know if you caught that Louisville Texas game last night. That was amazing.
Yeah, I haven't caught too many, but I did catch that one. That was good. Wiersma drops the 3. I mean, with the nature of how we're scheduling games with tier 1, 2, and 3, right? There's going to be some interesting games, and they're not all going to be on the same week, right? So, I love how he scheduled this year.
Yeah, it really worked out well.
Savage 3-pointer, got it. Thomas finds him. A lot of attention going towards Ant Thomas right now, and they're leaving shooters open. It's going to be up to these these guys like Savage and Wiersma and Carter to knock down the threes. There, they got one right there.
Yeah, they got one there. Savage is a guy I absolutely loved coaching last year. So versatile. It's a guy that he always finds the right spot on the floor to get open.
Yeah. They're mentioning in chat about doubling Ant like crazy. It's not a bad strategy. I would double him too, especially with and no knock on Riley Baker as Carter gets a 3-pointer to go, his 3rd of the game. But the matchup is a huge mismatch for Ant Thomas.
Yeah, for sure, without a doubt. I love Carter there, though, staring down the home crowd after making the three.
Carter's got some swag. I'm a big Steve Carter fan, even though he arc changed. Now, where's my answers on the other end? He drops the three down. Yeah, that was a high arcing. I love that.
So nice when it splashes, too.
Ball over to Scott Frank. 45-44, Virginia on top here.
Good news, if you're not in this stream watching this game, you're missing a phenomenal game. And this is why you tune in for these games, because you honestly don't know what you're going to get when we have one like this. Oh, so fun.
Oh, J-Mac flushes it home. The monster putback. J-Mac is one of the best, man.
He's so fun to watch. Excuse me for the young.
All good. And Thomas going one. He might get a one-on-one here. I think you got to take opportunities when he's got the one-on-one. Scott Frank gets the rebound. Now it's ahead to Riley Baker. Baker
challenged there by Carter on that three there by Wiersma.
Yeah, it was great defense. Baker has the ball now. Good defensive rotation here from Kentucky. They're going to go up top to J-Mac and throws it down. He gets behind Maxwell. Virginia takes the biggest lead of the game by 5 for them.
And he stared down Maxwell after he dunked that on him.
He said, better not lose me. Savage backdoor to Wiersma. Wiersma on the roll. A lot of action, right? We're not seeing a lot of ISO ball from either team. I love the action.
Oh, I love that. It's so much more fun to watch when it's not ISO.
So much more college.
Yes, without a doubt.
Melendez over to Carter. He's going to get a screen here. Carter work on one-on-one, gets inside the lane, goes up, gets fouled by Savage. Really good job drawing that contact as Carter's going to go to the line for 2.
Yeah, I don't mind the foul there by Savage. I think Carter would have probably thrown that down with a dunk.
Yeah, he might have, for sure. Savvy play by him. Good foul by Savage.
No easy buckets in Kentucky world. That motto has not changed, by the way.
It should not. They just got to keep recruiting thugs now, though.
Yeah, but once a thug, always a thug.
It's true. But they can't turn into to a different identity now.
No, they definitely can't. I told Ed when he took over, I'm like, you got to keep it alive.
I love teams that keep the same identity, right? I mean, even through coaches. It's easier to see that through coaches that have been here for a long time, like the Villanovas and the Georgetowns.
Sure.
And Georgetown making a coaching change this year, but their identity doesn't change with that. But Villanova is probably one of the ones that stands out the most, right? Like, they're just the same team every year.
Yeah, well, Providence, too.
Providence might be the biggest one.
They've been so fun to watch. Their identity is defense, and Emmanuel Blackman going to that team was genius pickup.
50-46 game here. 3:20 left in the third. It's Matthew Lyle. The bench is back in here in a close one. And Tony Montana going to pull up. Good defense there from Virginia. Jayla Noel gets the offensive board. Now throws it up over the top of Matherly. Oatmeal tried to come in there and get it, but Blooper Kid secures it.
I like the effort from Noel, but I did not like the shot selection.
Carter misses the 3. Carter getting a little extra run here. Lyle running out here with the rebound. He's trying to go coast to coast, kicks it over to Montana. Lyle's a speedy little guy.
He is. He actually had Oatmeal underneath for the easy 2, and he missed him.
Well, they're going to get it to him this time. He's got a mismatch. We'll see if he goes at it. He has to pick up the ball, so it finds Montana with 3 on the shot clock. Now Montana pull up. That's up and good. Tough shot as Oatmeal shoves Blooper Kid, who's been pestering him.
His field goal percentage starting to creep back up again.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a roller coaster right now, which has been good. Like I said, first 2 rounds have been even, right? Now Blooper Kid layup, no good. This quarter's been even, so
some fun one.
It's going to be a fourth quarter game for sure, which I love. It looks like Blooper Kid going to go to the line for 2. The transfer from Michigan State via France. The Frenchman. The real-life Frenchman, actually. One of our internationals in this league. We got another one to join today.
Yeah.
South Asia. Steve Carter is going to go to the bench finally. I think we're represented in something like 10 countries right now, which is
that's crazy.
Awesome. Hope we can expand that even more. Blooper Kid knocks down the free throw, both free throws. Virginia takes a 4-point lead. Back and forth we go. Rocket Webb has the ball this time. He swings it over to Jayla Noel. Now follows with the ball screen. Noel switches, goes baseline, gets fouled by Jenkins there. And Noel will go to the line for 2.
Gordo says Steve Carter and J Mac also international men.
They are. Yeah, Carter via Germany, I believe, and J Mac is Sweden, I think.
I didn't realize Carter was Germany. I forgot about that.
I think Carter is American, if I'm not mistaken, but I think he lives in Germany.
I did not know that.
But I'm not positive. He might actually be German.
I don't know how I didn't know that, because I see when people buy packs where they're from, but I just didn't. Well, I don't know that.
Noel can't hit the first free throw, but I know J Mac is Sweden.
Yes, that I knew.
Other internationals include Etan from Israel, Connor from New Zealand, Shane from Australia. We got some Canadians. Julian spends time in Mexico, so we'll call him an international.
That's funny.
Baker Buehler has the ball. Both free throws missed that time by Noel. Baker Buehler step back jumper to his off foot. That was a little goofy there. He looked a little uncomfortable taking that shot.
Yeah, he did. Montana in transition trying to.
Rocket Webb gets the layup to go. Pulls the Superman pose out. That was interesting.
You sure that wasn't the Joe B pose?
Yeah, well, I think it was. Was it the Joe B pose?
That's what the Joe B. That's the Joe B pose, which is the Superman one, but it's funny.
That's funny.
Yeah, I just know it's Joe B instead.
That's funny. They're keeping it in the family here at Kentucky.
That's it. Exactly. I say, once a thug, always a thug.
Baker Buehler layup, no good. Rebound to pull down by Oatmeal. Now kicked ahead to Rocket Webb. Go ahead.
The big Quaker there, forcing the miss.
Noel, long jumper, no good. The big Quaker, one of the best nicknames in this league for sure.
Yeah.
Now it's Baker Buehler working against Montana. He steps back. That time looked a lot more comfortable and hits it.
Yeah, he was totally in rhythm, balance, everything. He got to get right going for him there.
He's right-handed. Stepping back to the right would be, for me, it'd be a little tougher. I don't know. Oatmeal can't get it to go. Rebounded, pulled down by Blooper Kid.
Like the shot by Oatmeal, just did not get it to fall.
Yeah, take that 100% of the time for sure. Kid now down to the post to Ja'Kai Powers. Been a little quiet today, but he's got the big Quaker on him. Buehler, step back three, good.
He is clutch moments. He just hits those shots so consistently. It's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't know how it would look with him running off the bench because he's usually a starter, right, with Gordo lineups. But he's looked pretty good for this bench unit.
I think he did a nice job with figuring it out with Melendez. It gives his bench a lot more balances.
Yeah, for sure.
Montana hits the three.
Drills the three. Montana does 57-53. So Carter is actually a German native. Spree Harp said he's apologized about his English a couple times.
Oh, wow. Did not know that. Would have never known it either if he hadn't just said that. So
Matherly, three-pointer no good at the buzzer. And we'll go to the end of the third. 57-53. Virginia with the slight lead here at home. Four's up in the chat. We'll be right back for the fourth. So fourth quarter coming here. Don't think we're going to get a safe arm assist. Virginia, maybe a slight win in that quarter, but it's been even. We're going to see it's going to come down to it.
Yep, it's definitely leaning that way for sure, the way everything's kind of been played out.
It's been a decent defensive game, too. 57-53, offensive 3-second there by Virginia. Will turn it over, go back to Kentucky. One of the few mistakes made by the Cavaliers today.
Yeah, there haven't been many. Honestly, have not been many.
So it's Matthew Lyle with the ball. He's going to hand off to Jayla Noel. Now a little flare screen coming. They're going to try to go backdoor. Baker Buehler just too good of a defender there. Lyle. Ooh, nice crossover by Lyle. Can't get the layup to go. Buehler recovers nicely.
Good recovery by Buehler.
So the ball's loose on the ground. They're going to get it bailed out. Virginia gets very lucky there with the kick ball on Lyle.
Wow. I don't like that call. Sorry.
I don't know if I love it either. I think he tipped it off his knee. I don't know. We'll see.
I think they got hosed.
Little mix of bench and starters coming in for both teams. I think Ant Thomas entering the game. J-Mac also in the game for Virginia. It's going to be Baker Beeler. Now down to J-Mac for the wow, the monster flush from J-Mac. You don't see too many guys dunk that hard.
There is some very, very funny conversation going on in Discord and stream chat.
What is going on?
B-Harp said, funny how his English is more proper than put together than a lot of these schmucks in the CSBA.
You're not wrong.
Hay is on the warpath, man. A lot of trash talking going on by him and on Tennessee.
I love it.
They talk to me after you lose by 30 to Tennessee.
I love it. Talk that trash.
This is fun.
He's earned it, man. He's earned it. He's built Tennessee into a really good team.
I love what he's done there. I tell him that all the time.
59-53, Matherly with the ball. It's a screen from J-Mac. Pull-up jumper. Good. Nice shot by Johnny Matherly. And UVA's jumped out to an 8-point lead here to start the fourth.
Yeah, it's a good job by them. You know, it's funny when Toy would actually have conversations with other coaches and the mutual respect factor that he had for them. I never fully understood it till I got that same kind of relationship with Kay, and Kay is just class all the way, and even though he was our biggest rival, so.
Absolutely. Love having him as a coach.
That's what the CSBA is honestly all about. I mean, we play these games out, but it's a lot of it's in fun.
Yeah, absolutely. 63-53. You gotta just you gotta take it with a grain of salt. People talking trash. It's fun. Most of the time. Sometimes it can get bad, but we try to reel it in. Jayla Noel gets a layup to go. Virginia was out to double-digit lead. Now Kentucky gets a layup. I think the starters are going to come back in right now. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. CSBA on Twitch.
You guys, he's loving what he's seeing as we see Paul Iverson with the dunk.
Try a nice pass. What a pass.
They're leaving wide open. Zierkin with the pull-up mid-range, and he hit.
Sees it. He goes right down the middle. Carter drives that floater up off the lap.
You're good.
I was looking at my phone.
You're good. I didn't want them to be worried that we lost the stream.
We lost it. I'm just kidding. We didn't lose it. Riley Baker inbounds to J-Mac. I thought that commercial was actually longer.
Which was the high school one? No, the high school one I feel like is short.
It might be. We need a Pro League commercial. I need to get on that. Scott Frank has the ball.
Bax has done a majority of them, so I would talk to him.
Melendez for three. Bang from the corner.
And we haven't seen much from him. That's nice to see him starting to shoot the ball here.
Melendez is more of a facilitator by nature. So he's not a guy that's going to get a high volume of shooting, but he'll take the open ones.
Yeah, so a couple of times at Notre Dame, but not many.
Backdoor to Savage. He misses that one. Frank gets the rebound.
Gotta dunk that.
Yeah, for sure. He's still getting used to that starting role a little bit. I know he started for you a little bit, but I think he's exclusively a starter now.
Yep.
Melendez with another layup. See the second half field goal totals. Virginia has taken less, but actually much more efficient.
Starting to build a big lead, 13 now.
Ball stolen by Carter. Carter's got a one-on-one with Wiersma. Carter goes in, draws the contact, no call, but gets the layup to go, and Virginia's jumped out to 15. It could snowball on you, Wired, if you let it.
What's that?
I said it could snowball on you. Yeah.
That's exactly what we've seen here.
The Virginia defense has really come alive after an off first quarter. Wiersman's going to have a wide open three from the corner. No good. Rebounded by Mack.
Problem is Kentucky's starting to settle for the three a little bit too much, and they're not knocking down those shots, and that's kind of where they've gone cold.
Yeah, for sure.
And they got the shooters to do it, and I understand it, but sometimes when you rely on the three a little too much, it comes back to haunt you.
Yeah, J-Mac got double there. Melendez is going to have a tough one. Long fadeaway off the glass, no good. Shot clock violation will go back to Kentucky. Riley Baker had a wide open three. I think he needed to take that. He just didn't do it.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't step up, but that looked like a Sawyer Stern three.
in the contest.
In the All-Star contest.
Guy was making it rain. Steve Carter gets another steal.
UVA's defense really turned it up right now.
And J-Mac another flush. I mean, I think Kentucky's just trying to do a little too much. The spacing's off. Carter's sticking his hand in there and getting some steals, so something to revisit and going into week 2.
And they played really good out of the shoot. Just the last few minutes, it's not played well there.
Ooh, almost a backcourt there.
Saved by Wiersma.
Wiersma gets double team off the screen. Great rotation for Virginia. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from that rotation.
Their defense has done a really,
And
really
another
good
steal.
job here.
Riley Baker gets a hand on one. Now it's Melendez with it. They've kind of just grinded Kentucky out.
Yep.
Carter step back jumper elbow, no good. Rebounded, pulled down by J-Mac. He's going to go up foul on Maxwell. J-Mac will go to the line for 2.
Now, I understand them going to Maxwell probably for the speed factor because Oatmeal is not fleet of foot, but I actually wouldn't have minded to see that matchup of Oatmeal and Mac go one-on-one. See how he handled the big tree.
Yeah, the height's hard to handle sometimes, and Mac's good. I mean, the thing with Mac is he's still that old arc that can do multiple things, right? So he's going to be really good in the pick and roll still. We're seeing, though, early season with these new arcs, like the cat and mouse game, right? Like we saw the 5'9" point guard just absolutely destroy a 6'6" point guard.
It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean,
sure.
we've seen guys try to. We saw the Oklahoma State Tennessee game. Mac was running the 4, right? CJ Mac was, and he just absolutely destroyed Mufasa. But Mufasa actually got him too. So,
I have a question because I mean, I want to hear your POV on this. But have you seen yet this season? You know, we talked about the CSBA being a copycat league. At least in the past it was. Have you seen any of that this season? I have not. I'm just curious of your opinion.
I think with the change what we made to some of the tendencies, I think we got a better balance. I haven't seen too much of it, to be honest. I've actually seen some new guys, or some new arcs created, which we haven't had yet. I've actually had some guys express to me that they want to even, create more of the new arcs that aren't very seen here. Just to give the league something else, which is awesome. It's what we wanted. We wanted all of our arcs to be usable and to be able to dominate. So,
yep.
But I haven't seen too much of it. No, to answer your question, we're seeing a lot of a variety.
That's good. That's good. It's what we wanted. So I'm happy to see that because I think the copycat could get stale. So that's why I was curious if you saw it.
It can. I think with the addition of multiple tendencies per tier 2, I think it helps a little bit. Even if they make the same arc, I think we're seeing different tendencies. Savage lines up a 3, gets it to go, 74-58. Hopefully riding momentum into their week 2 matchup.
Who do they got week 2? I hadn't seen it.
Look at the schedule. Is J-Mac going to go back to the line?
I can look at it. I just was curious.
J-Mac's going to give me a chance to look at it. So. Let's just have that schedule put up all the time. They have Louisville next week on Tuesday, so the Battle of Kentucky next week.
That'll be a fun one to watch.
Virginia has Tennessee next week.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. Yeah, that's another good matchup, right? Too, the way the UVA's played this game. The brothers going to be facing off each other. I think is that the first time have they ever played each other?
They're both in the SEC last year.
That's right.
So they have, yeah. I don't know. I think we got them twice last year, but we might have split. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But I like some of the matchup. I like that guys took it under their own wing to, go out and create some of these rivalries. The Kentucky versus Louisville rivalry is awesome.
When I first heard we were doing it, I was a little hesitant because it's like, are we going to just see? Are we going to see great matchups? But in all honesty, it kind of brings in the realism factor of schedule, making your schedule and your strength of schedule. And listen, maybe there's a team that is on the bubble but their strength of schedule was so strong that's going to push them over into March Madness. So
Yeah.
I like how it kind of worked out. Initially, I was a little hesitant, but
Thanks for the sub, King Maximus. Appreciate you. J-Mac can't get it to go. Yeah, I mean, I think the component of making your own schedule is advantageous just for the fact of, I think it gives coaches some power. But it also, some of these teams that are tier 3 quotations, right, aren't going to end up tier 3 and vice versa. So it matters. I mean, like if you're just going to go schedule a bunch of teams that are, easy wins for you, it's going to hurt you because strength of schedule matters in our rankings. So,
but maybe for those coach, and I'm just looking at I'm always the empty half class full like mentality. For the coaches that might say, hey, my team is not that good right now. We're really young, inexperienced. Maybe for them, they're going to stick with the tier 3 to give their team some confidence. Maybe they're not so much worried about the postseason as they are kind of building their team to begin with.
Yeah, I mean the rules we had to pick a tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3, right? So they're going to have to play a good team eventually, but maybe that's the perceived lower tier 1 team that they choose and they make it a game or whatever. But I mean it is realistic. I mean even for me in high school. Our rankings come off strength of schedule as well, and we scheduled a bunch of teams this year who we thought were going to be really good, and they just ended up not being good. We got wins against them, and at the end of the day, they just didn't do good, and it hurt us.
Yeah,
so
sure.
it is a year-to-year thing. We can project all we want, but that's why we play the games, right?
Yes, sir. Chris Vegeta, thank you for that prime sub, buddy.
That's Bryson. Bryson, appreciate you. J-Mac's still out there showing off his stuff a little bit.
J-Mac's having a game. He's done really well.
Yeah, I think he is a senior, right? So
I believe so, yes.
We'll see him in the pro draft, which we just had. Mike Coco was the who's getting MVP chance? J-Mac getting MVP chance here.
Yes, he is.
And it's loud, too. Love it. It might be one of the louder MVP chants I've heard. Soak that in.
Oh, these Virginia fans have been waiting for this team
for
over a season now. So
yeah, Gordo, we delivered. Gordo has lived up to it. 81-60. Kentucky going to dribble out the clock. Reminder coming up right after this, after we get the box scores into Arizona State and Villanova. Don't want to miss that one. That one's going to be phenomenal. Okay, Howie going to be joining me in the chat booth for that one. But as we take a look at these highlights, Wired, what do you think both teams did well in this one? Let's look at the positives.
I think if you look at how Kentucky played early in this game, they played up tempo. They played well defensively. Those are the things that I liked early on. I think they just settled for the 3 a little way too much in the second half. But if they can emulate what they did in the first half, I think that was a great game from them. I mean, and then UVA, I don't really think they did a bad thing the entire game. They might have just started a little slow. But beyond that, I mean, they played to all their strengths, by utilizing Bueller off the bench. J-Mac had a solid game. Steve Carter had a good game. Like the guys that were expected to play well, played well. And then guys that were more of that secondary role for UVA, I think, did a really nice job filling in.
Yeah, so Virginia shoots 53% from 3, which is big time. They got to the line 15 times. They did a lot of really good things. The points in the paint was pretty even. Fast break was pretty even. Bench points was almost dead even. So, I mean, looking at this, what stands out, 22 assists is pretty good. I believe they had 23 last week. So they're moving the ball extremely well. And we said that in the first quarter, right? The flow just wasn't there, but the ball movement was.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, the rebounding even picked up, an advantage. They had a 9 rebound advantage over Kentucky and the points off of turnovers too. I think UVA's defense really, really did a nice job, especially in the fourth quarter. I mean, I think there was like 3 or 4 steals that I saw happen in back-to-back plays. So,
yeah, absolutely. I mean, if we talked about a heavyweight fight. Kentucky definitely won the first. Virginia definitely won the second. It was very even in the third. And then, Virginia threw that knockout punch down in the fourth. I think Kentucky just ran out a little bit of gas there. But let's take a look at the box scores. First for Kentucky, Colby Wiersma with 12, 2 for 6 from 3. Montana, actually, nice game off the bench for him, 10 points. A couple of three-pointers.
That's a nice game from Montana. I thought he played well off the bench for sure.
He fits in well with this Kentucky team, right? Like it's a lot of shooters and spotted up guys and just ready to catch passes from Thomas and Savage and Carter. So he fits in really well. It's a good signing for Coach Ant.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think Thomas, Savage, and Carter probably, we know they can play better than what they did. There were some highlight moments where they looked really, really good, and then they had some moments where they looked out of sync. I think it's just Thomas is going to have to find how to utilize those guys a little bit better than they were in this game. But
yeah, for sure. They'll be fine.
They didn't have terrible games. They just didn't play phenomenal either.
Right. The efficiency was just a little off, so they forced some stuff and got some tough looks. Lyle with 4, Oatmeal with 4 and 6. Jayla Noel with 2, and then Rocket Webb with 5 rebounds off the bench. Whoops.
What did Maxwell finish with? I didn't see.
I believe he had 4 and 3, so he didn't do too much offensively, but his defensive presence was pretty good. And then
tough matchup against this guy.
28 and 10 for J-Mac. That's a monster game.
Yeah, he definitely player of the game. They didn't give us the Jordan player of the game, did they?
I didn't
But
see
they
it.
did.
Yeah, it was J-Mac. It was J-Mac.
It was J-Mac, wasn't it? Yeah. So the Carter, look at Carter's numbers.
16, 5, 3, and 2. Yeah, he's a guy that chips in everything. Melendez with a really good game as that starting point guard, 10 and 4. Baker Beeler with 5 assists off the bench, 3 steals. His defense was phenomenal. Beeler's was.
Yeah, that's a big part of his game.
Blooper Kid chipped in 7. Matherly with 6. Baker with 4 assists for Riley Baker. He actually had a really good game.
Yeah, I mean, he shot the ball once, but the guy has filled the stat sheet across the board, so I like it.
Not too shabby for a standout, right?
No, not at all.
Scott Frank with 2, 5, and 2. Jenkins with 2, and Ja'Kai Powers goes scoreless, but has 8 boards and 2 blocks, so definitely filled a role for Virginia in this one.
Yeah, we talked about Kentucky's bench played a little bit better than Virginia's, but Virginia's starters just played lights out, especially in the second half.
Yeah, they did. The whole team in that fourth quarter for sure. Any final words before we sign off here?
Nah, it's just a good game. If you're Kentucky, hold your head up high. You just got to do a little tweaking. You'll be fine. Virginia, solid game. I'm pretty impressed with the way Gordo came out of the box for the season and bringing this team together. They look really strong early on.
Definitely do. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We got one more coming up here shortly. Arizona State and Villanova. Don't want to miss that one to round out week 1. We'll see you guys in that one. For Wyatt, I'm Nighthawk. See you guys next time.